Excellent. So welcome everybody. I am calling the meeting to order at 7:32 p.m. on February 2nd. I appreciate everybody joining us today. And first item of business is just to approve the virtual recording meeting minutes from January 19th that were posted on Slack and also linked in our agenda. So if somebody can make a motion for me on approving those January 19th minutes. Any board member can.
I'll motion to approve the board meeting minutes from the January 19th.
And a second from a board member, please. Anybody? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Elam and Tammy. Anybody in favor of approving the virtual meeting minutes, say aye, or visual voting.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say nay, and motion passes. And next is I need a motion to approve the agenda as published.
I'll motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Michelle. And a second from a board member.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tammy. All in favor, visual voting, or say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, so President's report. I feel very scattered again, just kind of catching up. So, but I have been busy. And despite having COVID since the last 2 weeks since we met, but I have been very busy. So I did work a little bit with Mr. Barley. We met last week about our garden and we're super excited about it. So that is moving forward. He also has a correct me if I'm wrong, a professional landscaper, I think, who has done educational gardens. So we're going to start working with her. So we're excited about that. And that's going to work out some of the kinks. So that is definitely moving forward. I also have scheduled, just in the last day, scheduled our parent enrichment for cybersecurity, our webinar, and that's going to be February 21st through March 4th. So that'll go live during that time. And so I'm working with Eric to get that information up on our website and get it out to our community. And by the way, that is not, anybody can join that. So if you have, like I'm just thinking, I have a family friend who can also join as well, because she has kids who are online and it's something that she is concerned about. So that is not just for OPA, that is also for the community as well. Okay, so we have up to 1,000 people who can join. Actually, no, I'm getting confused. So anybody can watch that recorded webinar. So we'll have more information coming. I'm also working on Teacher Appreciation Week. I do need to start working more closely with Karen, but we're hoping to get lunches for our board members, because we have a credit with a caterer for our event a fundraising event that we had scheduled. We had a deposit down back in 2020 that was canceled. And so I'm hoping to use some of that credit to cater lunches during the month of March for our teachers. So that's what I've been working on in the last couple of weeks. So hopefully it's kind of a lot. So just a lot of moving pieces. Other than that, I don't have much more to report at this time. Any questions for me? Okay, no? Then I am going to hand it. Oh, and I'm almost forgetting one of the most important things. Teresa, we need to, correct me if I'm wrong, we still need to redo this meeting minutes and to remove Jennifer and to put you, me, and Lim on, right? Okay. So at our last meeting, we discussed how Jennifer McElderry, our former Honor Society president, she was still listed as a key executor on our bank account. which is an issue because she's no longer part of this board or even on our in the school. And so we did vote to remove her, but now we also need to do another step. We found out today that we also need to vote to have Teresa, myself, and Lim put as key executors onto, actually, I don't need to, but we definitely, I believe, I feel that Lim should be, being as a finance person, she needs to be a key executor on the account so that she can have better access to it.
So just a little history on the key, what is it called again? Key executor. When Jennifer took over being president, we had to meet with all the old Honor Society members to remove them. And we didn't have a full board, the first year of the pandemic. So as parliamentarian, I just rose my hand and said, okay, whatever you need, Jennifer, I'll help you. So we went to the bank and we removed them. And then it was she and I as key executors. And so moving forward, when Jennifer was leaving, the three of us went with Jennifer to make sure that we had the proper signers, which is the president and the VP of finance. We just kept myself. So if when somebody wasn't available, then I could be there. We had no idea that there was this key executor thing going on. So we were very educated by the bank, which is so great that they let us know. So that key executor has access to the account, basically. It would be like me having my personal account and then I add my husband on, but he doesn't have all the privileges that I do. And we have agreed, the three of us, that it should definitely be the VP of finance and then either the president-elect or president. And since we're halfway through the year, it just makes sense that we go ahead and put the finance person on there and keep myself there. Does that make sense, everyone?
So we did vote to have Jennifer McElderry removed from our accounts with Wells Fargo, but not as a key executor. So we need to make a couple motions and vote on them. The first one, if everybody agrees, I need another motion to remove Jennifer McElderry as a key executor. We'll just do that separate.
I'll make a motion to remove Jennifer as, I'm sorry, I blanked.
To remove Jennifer McElderry as the key executor on our accounts. Sorry, it's taken me several times.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah.
To remove Jennifer as a key executive signer.
Thank you, Michelle. Any second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Tammy. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we need a motion, if everybody agrees, to have Lim as a key executor onto the account. Teresa already is, so we don't need her, just Lim, correct? Okay, so if anybody would like to make a motion to add Lim as a key executor.
I'll make a motion to add Lim as a key executor.
Thank you, Eric. Any second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Tammy and Michelle. All in favor, visual voting, or say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. It's nice to get these things cleaned up so everything is nice and straight, and we're now educated about it. So that's it for me. And I will then yield to Teresa, our president-elect.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining our meeting. We have a lot to discuss. Spring seems to be gearing up. So right now I've been working on the 100-day celebration with admin, and I'm super excited that we are going to be able to celebrate our champions and our teachers through 100 days of school this year, another challenging year. So talking with admin, we're able to provide kind of the same type of celebration of the first day of school, where we had the balloon arch and some of those sidewalk signs out. And then we're able to pull in that 100 days with a backdrop over on the stage in the courtyard. We'll have some props. So hopefully the teachers will get an opportunity to bring their students out and to have some fun pictures. We're going to celebrate it through all of our social media platforms, and then we're going to provide a bookmark for every student that the teachers will give out in their classrooms. So I also was able to get a 100-day t-shirt for Champ, which is super fun. So he'll be out, she will be out celebrating and having fun with the kids. Also, the sound system coming back out as the kids are being dropped off with a ton of fun music that day. So I just feel a lot of hype coming on, and I'm super excited about it. And it'll be Friday, February 11th. That we'll be celebrating 100 days at OPA SV. Any questions on that, or? Oh, okay. And then the other things that I've been working on are just, I kind of have my hands in a couple different places, but helping Tammy, line up some of the events that are coming this spring, helping Aaron, obviously, where I can, and then working on just communicating some of our donation programs that we have going on, trying to really ramp those up so we can try and hit our very aggressive goal this year for fundraising, even though we've had a couple hiccups. I'm super excited that we still have some great events coming up. So just looking at different ways that we can promote the company matching, bigger donations with, company matching, and really getting the word out. So just really researching how we can do that, and then have our parents educated on what that looks like. Because from the readathon, super excited, even just from one family, we got a match of $600. So it's easy, free money. We want to make sure that we can, communicate that throughout the whole year. And then if people want to just donate, it's on our website. So just working on some of those things, and then recognizing some of the huge events that are coming up in February. It's such a big month for celebrating like the American Heart Health. We wanted to promote that with you guys. African American History Month, President's Day. So there's just a lot going on in February. And then March seems to be like that long month where there's only one celebration, which is St. Patrick's Day. But we'll have other things that are coming up. So that's what I've been doing. And then I'm going to yield to the parliamentarian, which is myself, that I've been taking up that position. So if nobody has any questions for the president-elect, I'll yield to the parliamentarian and give a report. Okay. So for the parliamentarian position, I'd really like the board to look at their positions in the bylaws and make some recommendations, or email me no changes on your position. I'd like to really button that up for this year. If there's things that you're not doing, if there's things that have been added or you feel like should be added, I really want that feedback from you guys. So if you could, in the next month, we'll meet again, go ahead and email me any changes. We can start discussing that and really buttoning that up, and we can vote on the bylaws if there are any changes. And then just another reminder that each board member is responsible for maintaining a procedural notebook. If yours is not in progress, if you could please reach out to me so I can help you. I have a table of contents of all the things that should be in that notebook, and I sent that out at the very beginning of the year, but I know that it's been busy and life happens, and then there's this new variant, so it's just been crazy. So I just appreciate if you guys could refocus and see if you have that binder. If you don't, I can provide one for you. I can help you put it together. It's just a key piece in passing things down. If everything's virtual, I mean, if you have everything on a thumb drive, then I'm happy to look at that too. We just need to have that information in our possession. So I appreciate that. And then just a reminder that PTO Today, if you've never been on their website, they have some great training opportunities, and they're free. And they're all online. So they rarely do things that are in person, but PTO Today, and I'll send that out through Slack, the website, where you could do some just training in your own position. You can just listen to webinars. You can actually join live webinars, but they've got great professional development for PTOs. So I would encourage you to do that. And then the last thing is start thinking about next year. If you would like to stay on the board or in your current position, if you could please email me and let me know. You can put that to the president-elect email. I have the parliamentarian one, but I don't check it as much as the president-elect. But if you'd like to stay on the board or in your current position, if you guys could let me know, because we'll start our election campaign in March. And so I would really like to know who's on board for the board next year. If you're not, don't feel bad. It's not a big deal. We just have to start our recruitment process. So if you're saying, no, this was a great year, but I'm out of here, then I need to know that too, so I can make sure we can communicate what positions are open. But of course, I'd love everyone to continue next year, because I feel like we've had some really good momentum this year. And despite some of the challenges over the last couple of years, I feel like we're doing great. So I appreciate everybody working so hard. And if you do say, no, I'm out of here because something's changing, I need recommendations for your replacement. That would be so helpful in the recruitment process. So with that, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer. If not, I will yield to the chancellor or dean.
All right, I'll go ahead and give the update, and Jackie does what she does best and catch everything I miss. So since the last time I gave an update, we had our annual high school night for our 8th grade families. I believe we invited 20 high schools, and we got 5 responses. We had Jay, Sarah, Troy, Capistrano Valley, Rancho Santa Margarita, come and provide our families with information. A lot of the high schools, we got responses, were focusing on their own showcases that they're having started. I think it started last week. So they have all these virtual and in-person showcases that they were focusing on. So they were not able to attend our high school night. We're going to get our heads together, the admin team, and, figure out a way that we can attract more of these high schools, especially the district high schools, right? A lot of our families do move into these local district high schools, and it would be great to have them attend our high school night and provide the families with the information. So what we did do, however, this year, which we haven't done before, is we created a document of all the high schools in the surrounding area, with hyperlinks to their web pages about and dates and times of their showcases that we shared out with our 8th grade families as well. So they had all the information that they needed, the open enrollment dates for the districts. They had, like I said, hyperlinks to the high school web pages, for all the information that they could use to make a decision for their kids coming up. Because since we are a charter school, we're not a district school, we don't have a feeder, we're not a feeder into a high school. So once you promote out of 8th grade, you have to go through that process again of enrolling into your district and doing all that again since you attend a charter school. So we wanted to make sure that was clear to our families in plenty of time so they can get through that process. This year we celebrated School Choice Week and participated in the Kindness Challenge Week, which was fantastic, pairing those two together. Our School Choice Week was fantastic. Kids participated in dress days that our ASB put together. Favorite day for me is to wear yellow. I just like seeing all that yellow because it is about school choice, right? We wanted the opportunity to choose where our children attend school. So that was great. And our Kindness Club did a great job of creating activities, spreading acts of kindness during the recess time. So I have 2 posters in my office. Mrs. Merlette has a poster in her office of kind words that were given to us during that week. So that was great. We just outfitted every one of our classrooms with 75-inch smart TVs. So we have removed all of the old outdated projectors from 2009. The bulbs burn out and it's hard to find them and they're expensive. So all of our our classrooms have those TVs. We gave our custodial team 3 weeks to get those TVs in, and they did it in a week. So we're super excited to have that, and it's just the start to transitioning our classrooms, right? First, it was the technology. Then, we have this initiative where we want to get flexible seating and kind of spice things up, and then kind of move into that the new wave of classroom decor, I guess you should say. So we're thankful for the board of directors approving the purchase of all those TVs. I think we got like they were delivered the day of high school night. So we got 3 pallets of 75-inch TVs, probably an hour before high school night started. And Fabian, our night custodian, and I had to unload them because they were too tall to get into the door and throw them up on the stage before high school night. So it's great. I don't know if maybe some of your kids have come home and talked about the gigantic TV they have in the classroom now. It's a lot easier to see. They can keep the lights on when they're projecting or when they're presenting information. So it's just fantastic. We have conferences coming up tomorrow and Friday. Miss Shauna and the World Language team have done a great job planning a great Lunar New Year day on Friday. She's super excited. She hung all the banners on Tuesday, and then today happened with the wind and some of the banners started to rip. So we had to take the banners back down, fix them, doctor them up, and then we're going to put them back up tomorrow afternoon for the Friday. So 2 things I have to mention. We're getting ready to start our open enrollment process, getting our name out there, getting our flyers out there, and providing information to our community for families that are interested in joining our family. We have flyers that need to be distributed. If you are willing to help, please email me, Mrs. Burlette, contact the front office. We'll give you a stack of flyers and a location, drop them off in, and you can go talk great things about our school and drop off those flyers. We definitely need help. Dr. Henry, did you want to say something?
Yes. So being new, we have focused a lot on branding. What I didn't know, and I've learned, is that this is part of our charter. It is written into our charter to keep us open, that we will deliver flyers to certain locations. So written in the charter, we will deliver this many flyers to this library on the, it's written in there. And so we've got the flyers, we've had them translated, they're ready to go. We just need some help just dropping them off so we can keep our charters current and follow what they said. I will say, we even ordered some more extra because, we really are focused on branding, but there are certain places that we are required.
Yeah, I think there are maybe 15, 20 locations on the list, I believe, that is actually written in our charter. If you contact the front office, Hadley can kind of give you a lowdown on the locations, and then you can figure out if it's on your way home or wherever you need to go, and then you can just swing by on the way home or to school or whenever.
Would
And my
this be-
understanding, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask, would this be something that we could use our parent classroom committees for?
You can, any volunteers that we will accept any volunteers that want to drop flyers off and talk great things.
Yes, we
our
would love
campus.
to. We've been posting it all over social media. I know Eric, you helped revamp what I posted and made it nicer and fancy. And we got 0 emails so far. So
Well, we could do a direct email
So-
to those who signed up.
That'd
for-
be fantastic.
for
Yeah.
PPC, Eric.
yeah, it's just in right now. We just need help with delivering around Lake Forest, so right around the school, and Laguna Hills. So the other locations we've taken care of. So it's really not, parents are driving to the school anyway, and it's just right across the street, dropping it off at, just some locations that are literally right across the street, like the beach and tennis club, things like that. So
And I would assume, since these locations are written into our charter, that this is not something new. My understanding by asking a lot of questions is that during COVID, we didn't hand deliver the flyers. They were mailed and we asked them to print, but we also know that didn't happen. And so since we're not in that type of a situation this year, we went ahead with the printing and the drop off for the convenience of the locations that are putting our flyers out.
And they're friendly locations that have accepted flyers and put flyers out in the past. If for some reason we go in and they say, no, we can't put this flyer out. Okay, thank you very much. And then we mark it off the list that we tried to deliver there, and they declined. And then we have tons of flyers, so we can find somewhere else to put these flyers, just to get our great things about our school, because it's hard, right? So it's hard for a family to go on to go to the Facebook page or go to social media and find the information that they need to enroll and the dates.
Yeah.
And we've had turnouts at our parent information meetings, so we just need help getting these flyers out.
Well, yeah, and as part of the charter, we state that we will put flyers in these public locations to assure that we've put the word out in multiple ways, so we have a fair and equitable lottery process.
All right, so thanks for that. The last thing I want to mention before I go is next Tuesday, I think that's February 8th, right? Next Tuesday, we have an educational partnership LCAP meeting, local control accountability plan meeting. And we want, stakeholders, our educational partners, is they're now called, to participate in this process. So we're going to look at our LCAP goals. We're going to look at actions and services that we have in place. We're going to have discussions and figure out what we're keeping and where we're going in the future with actions and services. So if you can, we would love for you to attend that meeting and become part of that process. It's very eye-opening, and you learn a lot about the school and what drives us and where the money goes from our budgets and what we've done. So February 8th, 5:30, it'll be in the Sunday message. Just click on the Zoom link, open up, and we get to chat about SV and our LCAP and what we want to do moving forward.
Thank you, Mr. Bridges. I did have a question. I know we had received that excellent grant for STEAM. Were the new 75-inch TV monitors, was that purchase part of that grant, or was that separate? I'm just
I
curious.
believe that was a separate purchase, separate from the STEAM grant.
Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome. Just curious. Okay. Next up is financial. Lim, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Would you be able to share screen
Oh,
real
yes.
quick?
You should be able to now. Sorry about that.
Problem. Okay. All right, hello everyone. So quickly, I like to kind of start off with our reconciliation of last month's bank rec. So our beginning balance was 91,512, and we ended up at 92,622. We received some checks from our restaurant fundraiser, as well as used uniform as well. So this is just kind of the details. And down below, I like to kind of go down. I usually do a little summary since the last time we met till now, some of the transactions, and put a comment in here. Like Teresa mentioned, we actually got $600 from a company match, and this was actually from one family, which is really amazing. And another reason why I really want to, push for this company match, employee match, and getting other like parents that actually work at companies that do this type of program. I feel like it's a really good way for us to fundraise and give back to the school. So I just wanted to kind of note that this is just really literally from one family that we got $600, which is really amazing. Spiritware, we had about $201.50 that came in. And this is just kind of the breakdown of all our expenses. We've had some classroom support grant expense that went out last month. And then we spent about $505 on Grubhub gift cards for the staff, as well as the OPA board. And then we had a couple of club expenses that went out that we processed checks for our teachers. And then here, this is kind of our budgets that I like to review. So Teresa, Aaron, and I, we kind of met to reassess where we are in terms of our budget and, looking at it realistically, some of our goals, seeing if there's any ways that we could shuffle things up. And, our goal is still 150,000 in terms of our fundraising goal for the year. There are places where, we're not, I think it's definitely aggressive, but we still want to keep that 150. And, I'm definitely open to other ideas of areas that we could really fundraise to, really reach this goal. I know that we're at 35%, and a large amount of this is going to be from our spring social, as well as our jogathon, which is upcoming. But if there's any other, fundraising that we can do, as mentioned, I think that the company match will be a really good way for us to hopefully get to that goal of 150,000. But if there's anything else that you guys could, have ideas about, please let me know. Would love to chat with you and, see if there's any way that we can get to that 150. So that's just kind of our budget and just kind of reviewing, and we're still, reassessing and kind of making adjustments. And we actually spoke with Mr. Bridges and Ms. Merlette today too. So I need to go back and redo this a little bit more, but then I'll have something a little more final by next month. In terms of expenses, again, we're definitely in line. Right now, we're at 35.5% of our fundraising goal. And for our expenses, as of now, we're at, I believe it was close to 23%. So our expenses are definitely in line with where we should be. We met with admin again to go through some of our school events that are going on. I kind of, when I initially did this budget, I took literally about 2-3 years of different fundraising events and school events that have occurred during the 3 years, and literally consolidated everything and put it in here. And now I'm kind of looking at it, reassessing, thinking, okay, realistically, are these events really going to happen? And we kind of did a quick walkthrough today. I'm going to go back and basically readjust our expenses. There are some expenses that might increase, but there are areas that we definitely feel like we can eliminate. So details of this, I could definitely send it to you guys, but yeah, I don't know if you guys had any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for you, Lim, about the budget and where we're at? I do appreciate you, Lim, keeping a close eye on it and, constantly going through it and making adjustments where needed, and looking at it and highlighting these things for us that, might not happen. So it's nice to be able to rely on you and have that constant eye. So I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Of course.
Okay, if there's no questions, thank you, Yulim, for your report. And next up is volunteers. However, Karen is not here. And I do know Karen is working on teacher appreciation and possibly doing, I will be talking to her about doing a possible used uniform sale in the near future, because I know a lot of families have asked for that as well. Next would be auditor, and I don't see Nancy on. Next is student development. Michelle, do you have anything to report? Oh, Teresa, do you have
I think you
something?
skipped communications. Was
Did
asked
I?
on it. Yes.
Oh, you know what? I did. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you for
Okay.
keeping me on track. I'm sorry, Eric. Communications. Hold off, Michelle. Eric, are you
Okay.
ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry about that.
Thanks. So we're going to continue to help recruit volunteers to deliver the enrollment flyers by posting and spreading the word on social media. I'll also put together an email to send out to our member database. We plan on helping promote the Heart Healthy Challenge on social media. Also, 100 Days of School. We'll be sharing out posts on social media. We hope to engage families by asking them to tag us on photos of their kids on the 100th day. We'll also be promoting our parent enrichment webinar, Parenting in the Digital World. Erin, I got the email with the details, so I'll be adding this to our website and all of our social media and other promotional materials that we may need. We'll be promoting our next Spirit Night at Luna Grill on 2/16. I will be delivering flyers to the school this week, physical flyers. And then I made some website updates. I added a request to address the board form on the website. And that is linked to our meetings page, so folks can easily submit a request there. And I also added a parent resources page, which includes links that our school counselor, Mrs. Gretchen, provided. And we can continue updating that page as necessary. So that is all I have for right now.
Awesome, thank you. And I apologize, my eyes just skipped over several things. So going back, recording secretary, we do not have that. That's an open position if anybody knows of somebody. Same with programs, open position. And I skipped fundraising. I apologize. So Tammy, are you ready for your report?
Yes, don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, so I was just gonna quickly go over just kind of what we're doing. I think everything's sort of been touched on a little bit, but we do the Spirit Night is coming up 2/16, so we have that planned. We have our Spirit Nights actually set for the whole year, so as each meeting comes up, we'll talk about those. We have our let's see, the meetups we were talking about, the grade level meetups, so those will at some form will create some sort of a fundraising opportunity at each of those as well, trying to think of our grade levels that are coming and something that is customized to what they may like. We also have an opportunity for the holidays coming up. We're sort of have a lot of stuff going on in February with the Heart Challenge and the 100 Days of School and Lunar New Year and just everything in that. So I think it's best to save any type of fundraising event above and beyond that for like maybe Easter or Mother's Day or something like that. So we're looking into doing like a gourmet popcorn sales or something like that. I think we've been candied out with Girl Scout cookies and C's chocolates and Christmas and Valentine's and Halloween. So I am not a huge fan of the C's sales this year, but I'm trying to find an alternative of something fun that we can do instead of that. And then let's see. Oh, something else that's kind of fun that I was hoping to get your guys' brains working around, if you can think of anything, is the Us Again bin that we have, that big tree bin in the front of the school for the clothes drop off. We've actually been getting consistent drop offs on that, and we've been doing pretty well. So just so you guys know, just since September, when we started school, we've had over 3,040 pounds donated in clothes, which is pretty awesome. Since the year before, I don't know when it got put in there, but I think the lifetime of it is about 4,600. So it's more than double just in this first year than what we've had the whole lifetime we've had it. So we're doing really good on that. But we have a really cool opportunity that they just emailed out recently, which is if we can find different schools that would be willing to put a bin in their school, we get rewarded with money. So if it's one school, we get $50, just gift card for our school or for whatever. If it's 2 schools, we get $125 gift card for, like a Visa gift card or whatever. If it's 3 schools, it's $250. And if we can get 4 schools to put a bin in front of them, it's $400. And if there's 5 schools, they don't tell me the amount. They just say, go for the challenge. So it must be quite a much more amount. So, because each one is more incrementally higher. So if we can think of like 5 schools, I mean, I actually made a list, so maybe I can email it out to you guys, but I just don't know who to speak to that's able to put the bin there. And also maybe you all with experience would know the proper person, or maybe have a contact that would be like, oh, hey, yeah, I know you, like, I'll put the bin there. I like your school, like, I'll support you. So we only have our one bin in Lake Forest at a school. We're the only school. I can see it on their website. In Mission Viejo, they only have 5 bins at schools. And at Irvine, they only have 4 schools with the bin. So we have like so many schools that don't have one. Even just in our city, like Portola High School, El Toro High School, Rancho Cañada, any Montessori school. I don't even think South Orange County campus has one. So I don't know, just brainstorming here, putting the word out. We have until February 15th. And that's just like an easy way to earn over $400 if we can just get people to say, yes, I'll have a bin.
And it's super easy. We don't do anything. It just sits there.
Right.
And people drop off clothes, families, and then from the neighborhood, I see it on our cameras all the time. It'll come up and you just see families pull up and drop clothes. It's an easy way to make money. So that's amazing that we had that many.
Tammy, does it have to be, can it be like a preschool?
Anything, any school, any kind of school.
Okay.
Actually, on their website, I can see that some of the bins are at places that are not schools. So I almost wonder if they just want a bin placed, so if it's a Target or if it's at a hospital or something, that's another option I think is also available. So anyway, just if we can all just find like 1 or 2 places we can talk to or brainstorm or something, I don't know. It's just an idea. I can put an email together and send it to someone, but emails only go so far. I figured you guys have all been in the business for a while. Maybe you have people that, like to support you. Okay. So that, and then I think, obviously, the Jogathon. I mean, everybody's been talking about the Jogathon already. So I believe the date for that was in March. It's in my text, and I'm not going to go. I'm on my phone for Zoom, so it's in my text. Teresa, do you remember the date? I'm sorry.
So it'll either be the 23rd, which was our original date, or it'll be Friday the 25th if we want to go that route with the afternoon. So we still have those details to massage out, and admin's open to either. So we just have to get your committee together and start massaging that out.
perfect. Yes. And hopefully, you know, we can, if we do it either way, there's a lot of ideas that we have. So, you know, we can do some, make it something fun. We sort of thought of the Husky Hustle to be the title of it. So we can really hone in on the champ and get him involved this year, since he's new. So
Well, camp will not be running because that costume is really hot and hard to see out of.
We could
And the head might fly off. If so, we may fall and the head will fly off, and then all the kids will know who's in champ. We'll be out there supporting the kids, but we will not be running.
that's
So
okay.
you need to make up some song like the Husky Hustle, like the Super Bowl Shuffle from the
Yeah.
Chicago Bears. Got to be the Husky Hustle.
Hey, we can do it. I was a former cheerleader. Okay. Like, don't give me that job because it will happen. Let's see. We have, okay. So that's the jogathon, and then the spring fun event. So spring, fall fun night, or whatever we end up calling it. That'll be super fun. So I think we talked about doing that April 22nd or 23rd, 22nd or 23rd. Yeah. I think just figuring out, I mean, obviously it's a little bit of time from now, but we should probably start planning that also, and figuring out what, when, where, how, I guess. And then we'll kind of figure out the rest of the fun stuff and all that. I think looking more like a festival, you know, as opposed to like a scavenger hunt, or maybe doing something fun, like an activity inside. I don't know. It's all a brainstorm right now, but the date is there. So we're excited. And I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. And then, okay, I want to make sure I'm getting everything this time. Volunteers is not here. Auditor is not here. Student development, Michelle. Do you have anything to report?
Yeah, I have a few things. So in addition to dropping off the Blackwell's prizes on Tuesday, I was also able to acquire about 100 free kids meal certificates for student achievement for Ruby's Diner. So those were dropped off to Mrs. Merlet as well. And then just yesterday, I got confirmation from Lucille's Barbecue. They have also provided us with free kids meal certificates. The really awesome thing about that is it's pretty unlimited. So they sent me an email with the certificate for our school to just print them off as needed. So I will forward that to Mrs. Merlet, and you guys can roll with that however you see fit. And I think that wraps it up for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Spirit. So our spirit wear person is not on tonight. I know that we did just do a cutoff for our online spirit wear sales as of January 31st. So we should be placing an order for any online sales that we had since the last time. I can't recall what it was, but up through January 31st. So we should be placing an order shortly, and then we will set a delivery date for spirit wear. And then committee chair reports. I think we've already covered everything in everybody's report. Other than that, any questions or anything else that needs to be discussed?
I
Okay.
have like 4 things.
Okay.
Just comments. I'm really excited. We're really excited about the garden. You know, having that meeting with the landscaper and Mr. Barley, the ideas that she had. I think it's going to be a focal point of our campus and what we were talking about. I think it's something that we're going to be able to highlight and to be that model school in our area for other schools to come look at. So we're super excited about that. So thank you for that. I'm excited about the social media webinar. I think it's great that we're giving back to our community. We just have to, you know, we really want to push it and promote it, bring a friend, share this with a friend, because we want a packed webinar, right? We want our families to participate in these events. In past years, we've had these events on campus, and Attendance was not what we would have liked, but having it a webinar and it's easy to click onto. So thank you for that. Blackwell's has been a huge success. I just saw the drop off and the certificates yesterday. So thank you for supporting Blackwell's. The kids really like going in there and love going in there. They love the food certificates. We're through with our fish tacos. All those certificates are done, and we'll put these in there. And then lastly, just Ms. Merlette and I and the staff, we appreciate everything that you do. So thank you for all that you do and supporting our kiddos and our staff.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bridges, for that. I mean, I just think we're doing an excellent job with the few volunteers that we do have. Everybody's working really hard and we work really well together. So I'm really proud of this board and what we're accomplishing, and to finish out an excellent year. So it's been super great. And I'm also super excited to see the garden come to fruition and be a center focal point for our school. So I don't think I mentioned it, but I think I'm supposed to meet. I got an invitation for a meeting next Tuesday or Wednesday. So that is moving forward, and I'm working with Mr. Barley on that. So awesome.
Also,
Yeah.
if I can, I think that's
Please.
why I'm here. Dr. Barley wanted me to be here because of the garden with the curriculum side, to make sure that like he's super excited. And but he keeps kind of like reeling me in so that we have a strong curriculum side to go with the garden.
And it's just not something we're going to look at, right? It's going to be used by our teachers to teach our curriculum and our science.
There's going to be
standards. So-
curriculum, and so he wanted, that's why I'm here tonight.
Okay.
And why I'm hopefully going to be at that meeting on Wednesday. And yeah, so just so you know.
Excellent. Excellent. It's really our intent that each grade level have just a piece of it. And it's, I mean, I have younger students. And so I just remember when he was in kindergarten coming home and talking about the life cycle of the butterfly. And even when I was writing the proposal, I could not think, it's not a word I use every day, metamorphosis, and I couldn't think of the word. And he still knew it from 2 years ago. And so just to even have a butterfly garden where they can go and watch and see that. And I'm sure every grade level could incorporate some piece into their curriculum at some point of the year. So that's really our intent, but not just that, have it be like, also have friendship benches, a place where students can come and reflect and concentrate, or even work on outdoor projects together and discuss things like that. So,
and we even talked about using that planner behind it. So we've cleared
Yes.
that out. So we could use that. We could repaint that. We could put sight words around it. There are a lot of things that we can do. And it's just super exciting to have that conversation with her when she came out.
yes. And myself being I'm a geographer. And so I really want to pull in the environmental aspect and even get like composting going. And that's, huge lesson with chemistry and everything. So it could go on and on. So anyway, so thank you for your support, Dr. Henry, as well. We appreciate that. And as well as to our administration. And okay, if there's nothing else, I will go ahead and close the meeting. I will close the meeting at 8:25. And thank you all. Oh, really quick though, our next meeting, I always like to say our next board meeting is March 2nd. At 7:30 it will be virtual. And then our next general meeting is March 9th. And it's slipped my mind. Did we decide what time that was, Teresa? It slipped my mind and I don't have it written down. It will be on our
I think
website.
I think we were going back to evening.
Evening and virtual, I think we were.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 7 or 7:30. I apologize, I didn't write it down.
But
beforehand.
remember you had also said that you were having a conversation with somebody regarding what a good time was, and they said that 6:30 was a good one. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, okay, we'll announce the time. So, but it will be.
We've been trying all different times, and we've had some luck with mornings, but afternoons no. And so we're just trying to figure out the pulse.
Vary the time
of
so
our
we can
school.
also get, everybody has an opportunity to show up, at least to one. So But that one is definitely going to be virtual and in the evening. So, okay. All right. With that, the meeting is closed, then officially closed at 8:27 p.m. Thank you, everybody, for attending. We'll see
Good
you
night.
soon.
Bye, good night.
Good
Night.
night.
Bye, good night.